All right now. Got both stories for y'all. So, I was out there in San Diego, Texas, an hour and a half away from Mexico. Glas Brenner. I've been Safe P, ISF, Darrington, Garza West, the Bird Unit, and all them county shits. Y'all know prison and jail ain't the same thing. Even when I say prison stories, some of these stories I be telling be jail stories and county shit, but whatever. This one, I was on the unit at Glas Brenner Safe P. Had this essay partner. He was doing surgery in that bitch, like real. So check this out. That shit fucked up. This shit crazy than a motherfucker. So you got these motherfucking. At first it was just like the white boys and the essays was getting this shit done. But then eventually I started seeing niggas had got that shit done too. I didn't see it, like see that shit. But I heard about this shit. It's fucked up. These niggas would get little metal balls, or they'll take a domino and they'll shade that bitch, cut it into a crown or a heart shape or some shit, whatever the fuck. And they get them bitches put in their penis. They say it helps them when they fucking they chick. Like it makes them feel better or whatever. I ain't never had no issue like that. I don't need none of that bullshit. But my little essay partner from Cuero, shout out to the little essay homie from Cuero. He was fucking looked like the clown on the Devil's Reject. This bitch was tatted all in his face, blue. He was a Crip motherfucker. He had a blue kiss tattoo on his shit. He was the one doing the surgery and shit. I thought he was on some old, it was some old punk ass shit to me, because he said he had to hold the boy's penis and shit. But he wasn't touching the penis, he says. But they set the penis on a bar of soap. And he tapped that bitch with the razor, goddamn, split that motherfucker open. And he shoved the motherfucking, whatever it was they bought to it, the metal ball, motherfucking me, the shaved domino and shit. He shoved it in their penis. And then he tied that shit around, a string around that motherfucker, so it heals up and shit. And all of a sudden, these motherfuckers got little shit sticking out their fucking penis and shit. And it's supposed to, when they busting up their girl and shit, supposed to stimulate them and shit. Fuck nah, he kept asking me. I was there for like a year. I was in there for like 8-9 months. I was only supposed to do 6 months, but they couldn't find a halfway house that was open to put me in and shit. And I came out of Fort Worth, out of Murderworth and shit at that time. So y'all know I'm from Belmont, but I was living in Fort Worth. They ain't had no halfway houses that was open in Fort Worth, so they sent my ass to the Salvation Army in Dallas. That's why I ended up getting out at that halfway house. But he splitting that shit open, putting that shit in that shit, tied up with a string, and the motherfuckers like, they was loving that shit. He was like, come on, Bama, go on, get that shit done, man. Fuck you. Fuck you with a passion, nigga. But that was my homie. Like, man, this bitch used to, like, cause he was one of the little fat boys and shit. So that bitch know how to cook good and shit. I don't know if I supposed to be eating with this bitch after he, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But yeah, we was spread this shit. He was cool than a motherfucker, man. He scared the fuck out of everybody when we got up in there. All them bitches was scared of me. He was chopping it up. I just got cool with the little fat bitch here down there making these big ass bold spreads. I said, bitch, I gotta jump in on that. That shit look good than a motherfucker. But we got caught with that shit because he popped open one of them dudes' penis, split that shit, and the motherfucker bled out. I'm talking about this bitch had blood all on his fucking, y'all know them commissary drawers is all white and shit. Man, that shit red. The white drawers turn red and shit. So they had to get that bitch off the unit, take him to medical and shit. And so everybody had to strip down butt ass naked, go up in the hallway and shit, and we all had to hit the circle and shit and be searching shit. Like if it's a fight or some shit, and they don't know who's fighting and stuff, everybody gotta go out there because they looking for marks, they looking at your knuckles and shit, tattoos and shit. Like, I don't know how the fuck I ain't get caught getting these tattoos and shit that I got. I mean, I guess they don't show all that red and don't show on black folk like that. But the white boys, they was getting popped left and right. And then they dumbasses try to put powder on themselves to cover their shit. That shit told on themselves. But oh boy, I think it was a white boy. He bled out like a motherfucker. Got him off the unit. Took us all, stripped us down. And man, you wouldn't believe how many motherfuckers had that shit on there. Or in them. In they fucking penis. A fucking crown, a heart. Man, say, this bitch was really doing surgery and he was charging. You know, you gotta pay for that shit. Man, I had so many people motherfucking talking about they had got that shit done and shit. You see so many people going up in that shower and he pop. Man, hell fucking nah. But that's the shit that they got going on in the prisons and shit. These niggas is getting shit like that stuffed in their penis, man. True story. I ain't finna make this shit up. I put everything I say on my daughter's soul. Every story I tell y'all on my daughter's soul. If I'm lying, she lying. Some bullshit. Fuck no. My dick is like this fucking big, bitch. I don't need that. Let me not say all that shit though. Man, scratch all that, but I don't know how to edit, so all that shit gonna be on there. But yeah, my little Esa Cueto partner, he got out before me and shit, but he was doing the surgery on them bitches and shit. Yeah, y'all niggas crazy than a motherfucker. Please do not do that shit. Please just don't do that shit, man. And the girls that like you after that shit, there's something wrong with they funky asses too, goddamn. If your bitch like that shit, there's something wrong with that bitch too. I'm just saying.